Me and Itachi talk about rap. So it comes down to where I watched this AV of literally the best Dragon Ball Z fight. I'm like, what's that song? I want to download that song. And the very first song I downloaded was when Itachi said, "What, you mean Kryptonite from Three Doors Down?" The very first song I listened to was a rock song. And my favorite song from Three Doors Down is When I'm Gone. So he basically gave me the rundown, like, where have you been? This is what music is. So he showed me Blink 182. But every time I hung around him, he listened to Brother Lynch and Snoop Doggy Dogg. And so literally, so I started downloading Blink 182 song after Blink 182 song. And so literally, I just stupid getting drunk with my best friend. He's like, that nigga's stupid. So it was fucking crazy. So literally, I started downloading rock song after rock song after rock song. So I'm like, yo, go play my songs. He's like, what? You mean my songs? I'm like, what? You normally listen to rap. He's like, no, those are my songs. He used to literally try to school me. He's like, man, you think you know about rap, but you don't know shit about rap. So literally, he shows me Marshall Mathers and he literally downloads every single Eminem song. Like, yo, this is rap. So literally, he downloads song after song after song. Literally, he downloaded the whole CD of Marshall Mathers LP. And he literally tells me I don't know anything about rap. So literally, so when I learned how to download music on my own, I'm like, yeah, you might have downloaded the whole shit. He was showing me songs like Criminal, like, here, this is how rap works. He's like, get checking the mail. He's like, that guy's a gay guy. I'm like, what? He's literally showing me the ropes about Eminem and stuff. Literally, he downloaded the whole Slim Shady LP, and then he also downloaded the whole CD of Marshall Mathers LP. And so literally, he tried schooling me over and over again. So it came down to a point was like, nope, it didn't matter because I put in the work to listen to Eminem. I learned how to be a better rapper, a better lyricist, because all I did was listen to Eminem. Yeah, he may have had every single song, but it came down to who had more drive. That is literally what determined the victor. So here's literally what happened. So I'm all like, yeah, you may have downloaded every song at the Marshall Mathers LP, but do you have the exclusive cover art with his hands on his head? I'm like, do you listen to every song from D12? I have both the entire CDs of D12. And he tried to flex and say, I introduced you to rap, I introduced you to music. And I'm like, that don't mean shit. You gave me the tools, and I made better use of them. Just like One Piece. You introduced me to One Piece, but are you able to make a One Piece theory? Are you able to make a One Piece A&V? Are you able to have a One Piece debate? A lot of people try to pull this shit over me. Oh, Eris, you weren't going out playing with kids when you were young. You don't know anything about socializing. You don't know shit about life. And literally, it didn't matter because once I did know, I put in more work and I did better with the tools. And that's what they failed to understand every time they fell flat due to their so-called prime. You have to understand that they keep on selling this and that, like, oh, you used to need more experience. Like, no, you need to stop acting like you have experience. You're a kid just like me. And that's what every fucking body in society. It's one thing to have an introduction. It's another thing to carry on the whole show. You have to understand that. That not only makes you cocky, but that makes you arrogant because things change. And if you don't, the society and the whole world is going to fold you. It's good to know that he's informative, but I started listening to Lil Crap on my own. I downloaded nothing but Mos Def and Talib Kweli, and I never really liked Nas. I felt like he was very bland. I feel like he was very generic. I feel like Nas sounds like a whole bunch of artists that was already used before Point One, and he doesn't even mask it very well. I feel like Nas is literally like an off-brand Tupac. How I feel about him, literally, it's not even about like him not being lyrical. It's more the fact that he has no oomph, no spaz to his lyrics. When Eminem and all these other rappers have nothing but spaz. It's like, yeah, he's a cool lyricist, but I feel like if people like Fabulous would have tried, they would have literally got a higher end of rap. The same thing with Ludacris, same thing with T.I., but the only thing that makes T.I. and Nas different is that T.I. isn't that lyrical and Nas is nothing but lyricism. In my opinion, Nas is not better than Busta. Nas isn't even better than Snoop Dogg. And in my newest opinion, I feel like, you can shut me for this, but I feel like Nas isn't better than Future. I feel like he's a better rapper than Future, but I feel like Future did something that everyone could have done, but he made it more recognizable that it's him. And that is way more important than actually being lyrical, is being able to not be replicated. That is the most important thing about being an artist and being a rapper as a whole. I was wondering why he was able to freestyle with such ease. I was wondering why he can freestyle with flow. I'm like, dude, that's nothing. If you practice rap for an entire year, you can understand why the ARL ain't shit, and why literally a lot of people that you praise can't do shit versus somebody who actually practices on their craft. You see, I was being lazy back in the day. I said I wanted to be a rapper, but my brother would always like beat my ring and shit and freestyle. I'm like, how can he do that? I'm like, that's pretty easy. That also comes from working out. Working out gives you more vocal ability when you rap, but once you apply yourself and once you actually practice and give no excuses, this is when everything's going your way, by the way. You can't literally suffer this shit in distress. In literally, I realized a whole lot about drive and determination, a lot more, back in the day, where I had more drive and determination and why it can fall, but also why it's so much more beneficial. I feel like you don't understand that when you put in the work and you've been there, done that, you can tell when people are faking. So that's why, yes, I call him Earl Sweatshirt, even though he thinks he's Mos Def. It literally, that is where I correct him. I beat my older brother in a rap battle last time, and it didn't matter because I put in more work. So people keep on spamming this and that you didn't grow up with rap, you didn't grow up with socialized, you didn't grow up. It's like, it's not when you start, it's how much work you put in. And that is the lesson of life.